Hey folks, Joe here with Scout. We're in the woods. It was Mr. Scooter's birthday a few days ago. I wasn't able to get out on his specific birthday, but here we are a few days later. Scout turned 10 on October 8th. So he's an old man. Come here, old guy. Come here, you old dog. But he's doing all right. He's doing all right for 10. So it's a beautiful day out here. It's like 6-7 degrees Celsius, which is around 44 Fahrenheit, I believe. So what the plan for today is, we're going to set up a tarp shelter. We're going to camp. Old Scooter and myself. I've got a lot of goodies for Scout for his birthday. We got some stewing beef for him and some beef short ribs, I believe. So yeah, I got some good food for myself too. A pork tornado, some potatoes. We got a decent sized backpack. It's a new one for me from My Trail. They used to be called Go-Lite. I've had a bunch of Go-Lite products in the past. They went out of business. My Trail took over. So this is a My Trail 50-liter pack. Yeah, got some creature comforts. I'm excited. I'm happy to have some time out here with my buddy. So I got to get a fire going real soon because I want to try to do some underground cooking, and for that I need to have a fire going for a long time. So what I think we're going to do, empty the backpack, set up the tarp, find a spot to make a fire, No water where I am. I had to pack my water in for me and the dog. Watch out, big guy. The kind of tarp shelter we're setting up today, because I need for Scout and I'm going to do an A-frame tarp shelter. I don't need the fire in front for warmth, and I want to just be covered and have the dog in with me. So nice A-frame. I'm going to use my the cord that's pre-made up for this with toggles. I can show you that in detail real quick here. This cord is reflective. It might be called Night Eyes. It might be called something else. I'm not 100% sure. I can't remember. Kyle, my buddy Kyle, actually made this up for me when he gave me that tarp that I used in my last video, the Sil Nylon tarp. So some of you know about this already, but it's always a big question I get. It's worth going over. These toggles that are pre-tied on here, that are already on here, they're made from aluminum arrow shaft, just cut and ground down, and then there's holes in it connecting it to that. Then the way it's attached to the rope, the cordage, is it's just on prussiks. And prussiks are super easy to tie. There's tons of knot videos out there on how to tie prussik knots. So that can slide, and then but it also tightens when it needs to. Chest tight right about here. Taut line hitch, real quick. Around it once, right? You're going to take that running end, leave yourself a little bit of space on the running end. Up once, through. Up twice, through. And that's on the inside, and then you're going to take it and go once on the outside. And then just pull it tight. Okay? And now that's going to adjust. I swear it will. It's going to adjust how you need it. I keep this piece longer, probably, I don't know, 35 or 40 feet long, because I know this piece that has the toggles on it is dedicated to be my shelter ridge line. So I'm not going to be using it for any other purposes. I'm not going to be cutting it, I'm not going to be hanging food with it or nothing. So I want to keep it a little bit long because I know that's the length I will need. I don't want to go any longer. Any longer than that's just ridiculous, and any shorter you might not have enough. So there she is, good there. Nice and taut, but we are going to loosen it back up after. I've got to clear the ground away here of leaves, sticks, rocks, before I put my tarp up. Finally, look at the fall colors. Love it. I see right off the hop, sassafras, basswood, sassafras, maple, sassafras, some rocks. Those will come in handy. And he's off. Crazy dog. You're crazy. hear a train in the background. Huh? No place like home, right? So this tarp, for those who don't know, is a very, very old school tarp. This is a Bushcraft Outfitters Coyote ripstop 10x10. This isn't still nylon, but it is bomb proof. I've had this. It's one of my oldest pieces of gear for sure. Nice and easy. Your toggle goes through your tabs. Nice and easy, I swear. There we go. Toggle goes through the tabs. That way you're not tying anything specifically to the ridge pull or the ridge line, and you can tighten or adjust. And this is important because you don't want a saggy tarp, and you don't want to have to try and reef on things and tie them and lose tension and everything as it's going. So already tied on, pulling that real good. I actually am going to tighten the ridgeline itself. There we go. Do a little tiny loose knot behind it. That way it's not going to slip, and I know it's not going to slip. And then I'll just tuck the excess cordage in here. Hello, hello. How you doing, bro? It's about time to cut some pegs for my tarp. And I realized I didn't have my knife or my fire still on me. Just got here not too long ago. So I'm going to do all that stuff now. Gear up, as it were. I got a new knife. My newest Bushcraft outdoor purchase. I got my buddy Jonathan Deering. I have a knife from him before. I don't know that his books are open or not, but either way, he was nice enough to make me a knife, and it is pretty cool, man. Pretty cool. This is a Deering woodchuck, and it's in convex. So this is the second real convex knife I've had. The only other real convex is a Turley. But she's beauty. Look at this. Look at the flat black handle on it. You can't even see the pins. Sorry. You can't see the pins or anything. He did all flat black pins and lanyard tube for me. Got the floating white liners. Really, really, really nice. I haven't used it at all. I haven't touched a piece of wood on it. So, anyways, came with a really nice sheath too. Thanks, John. Appreciate it, buddy. Oh, Scout, you need to back up, buddy. This is its virgin cut. Dude. Like butter. Now, in all honesty, okay, that was a sassafras, and they're not the most dense wood, but still, 2 little cuts and through it. And 3 on this one. Pretty happy with that. Okay, so I'm gonna make up some pegs real quick. The ground is so soft that I'm able to just stick them in. So there's 1, and I can make 2 out of this. Another good way to do it, if you don't want to try and cut all the way through, just score it around like this. And then you'll be able to break it, no problem. So I got 3 there, make up 1 more. So I've got all these tie-outs with paracord already tied to them, and that's been like that for years, but if I can just slide the peg through the tab, it'll be much easier for me. That's what I think I want to do. Look at that soil. Right. Alright. We got a ground sheet and everything today. Got this one for Scooter, so we'll have something to lay on. Watch out, big guy. But it's probably gonna be, Scott, you gotta move. You're right in the frame, big guy. It's probably going to be big enough for both of us. I've never even opened this up yet. Look at that. We're living in style today, boys and girls. High flying. Watch out, big guy. Good boy. Okay, this is luxury, man. This is a big old tarp, probably a 10 by 5, something like that. Come. Good boy, lay down. Down. Okay, plenty of room in here, man. Plenty of room in here for us. It's been raining for the past few days, so I was really concerned about being just in a mud puddle in here. That's why I brought this for Mr. Scooter. Not to lie, for myself too. But I have a sleeping pad and a sleeping bag and everything. I'll be up off the ground. I just wanted to make sure that he was up off the ground too. So we're all good. This is all set up. I still have my sleeping pad and my blanket to put in here, but I don't need to do that anytime soon. What I do need to do now is go out and start a fire. I need to also dig a hole next to that fire, a substantial hole, find some rocks, break those rocks up into smaller pieces, push the coals from the fire into the hole, continue having a fire in the hole, let the coals build up, die down, bury it, put my food in, bury it, let the coals die down, put my food in it, bury it, and then let it sit all day. It's already 1. I didn't get out here till noon, so gotta do that now. I found this really nice piece of hickory, dead standing. It's very, very rare to find dead standing hickory. A lot of the times it goes to crap before it falls. Yeah, this one's good to go. Leave it. This is not for you. Leave it. Leave it. I'll give you one. No, drop it, man. Jeez Louise. I'll give you one right now. Let me have my own woods. Happy birthday! Don't spend it all in one place. Okay, kindling. So I was told last time, I used this on my last video, that there was an easier way to do this. So I'm going to try that. I got Scout's food bowl here, or my food bowl. I have 2 bowls. I don't know who will use whose right now. But I got a bowl here regardless. I'm just going to collect my fat rope shavings from it. I don't need much, I don't think. Oh, you can still see that yet. I think that's probably plenty. And then I'm just going to buff them up in my hands before I strike them. Again, I'm just doing this because I'm trying to go quick. Okay, that's probably a lot. There we go. So I've got that much, like a little cat turd, a little cat hairball. I don't clean those up every day. I do. It's lit. Went out. I'm not pushing it really down into it like I normally do. There we go. Normally I'll set the fire still in. You know what I mean? You do know what I mean, because I've done it. Because I've done it 100 times. So again, I didn't really even do too fine of kindling at all. No shavings, and all pencil, or even bigger than pencil. Thumb size in some cases. It's nice. It's nice not to have to go through the whole process. In my area, I don't have birch bark, right? I don't have pine twigs. I have small twigs, which I can collect and stuff, but I still have to make like a shavings or grab some grapevine bark and stuff that like that stuff will work. But yeah, it's kind of nice to use something pre-made for a little bit, for a little change. All right, that should go. There's still some of that hickory left. I didn't use it all up, and I need a really good, strong digging stick. I figure what's better to use than hickory? A little hickory stick. Scout's got his eye on it too. Hey, where's your stick? I want to try to take the thickest part of it. Actually, you know what? Down here it kind of hoops up like a spoon. That might help. I think I'm going to cut it right off after this knot. Even on a diagonal, I'll cut it. Watch out, big guy. Be careful not to cut my hand. It's super dense because it's on a knot there that turned, and the grain's going every which way. You want this? You want this? You got it? Oh, hello. So I got my little Gramsfors outdoor axe. I gotta be real careful right now because Scout's going a little crazy. Run around back and forth. So I have two options, right? I can make Scout, go on, bud. I have two options. I can make this part my handle and get a good purchase. Scout, go lay down, dude. Or dig like this, or I can shave this out and use this more like a prying spoon, which I think that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm only gonna take a little bit off the inside here and make it like a sharp point. Stay. That looks pretty good to me. Pretty good. Let's see. See how sharp she is. It's all dead hardwood hickory, like I said. I'll be able to. Yeah, that'll work good. Okay, gotta dig that hole. Now, kids, always remember, resheath your knives. Put your axe mask back on your axe. Public service announcement 1. I want to be able to rake the coals in and out of the hole, so I'll leave like a good distance there, but I'm going to dig a nice pit right here. And here we go. There's going to be some roots, some sassafras roots that come up. Probably, this is probably one here. But I'm going to grab some for tea later on as well. Can't tell. No, I don't think so. But this kind of ground here is a perfect substrate for this. It's just straight soil, like there's no, watch out buddy, it's soaking wet soil, sandy, a little bit sandy. Scott, you gotta give me some room, homie. What are you doing? Dig. That's what he's doing. Good dig. Keep going. Dig, 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 dig. Good boy. Okay, back up. Thank you. Watch out. Watch out. Good boy. Dig here. Dig, 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 dig. Thank you. Back up. Cooperative effort, Scout. So if you want to teach a dog to dig, it's probably not what most people want. Most people probably want the opposite. But whenever I saw him digging in the woods, I would say good dig, and I would praise him for it. At home, he's never really dug a hole, so it's not been a bad thing. Perfect. Sassafras root. A little bit close to that fire. Sassafras root right there. So I'm going to keep as many of these as I can while I'm digging this cooking hole. You can tell by the smell. What are you crying about, homie? Hey? Dig then. Dig. Good dig. I feel like you're just putting on airs now. Hey? Just going through the motions or what? Yeah? Don't take my digging stick. That's what this is all about. My stick's getting all dulled out. I'm making progress. I've got a bunch of sassafras roots. Way more than I need now for for tea later on. I'll show you my whole progress. Gotta keep all this dirt. Try to keep all this dirt next to it here. It's hard. There's lots of roots. I might not have enough time to do it this way either. It's already 2 o'clock. So unless I'm eating it, maybe I will be eating super late tonight. Excuse me. Oh man. I don't even know. I don't know if I should do that with all these roots here. I'm conflicted. You see all this, right? You can see all that in the camera. I know in the coniferous woodland and pines and stuff like that, you're not supposed to do this. You're not even supposed to have the fire on the ground. But what would make these roots any different? I don't know. I have no idea. I expected there to be roots, but I didn't expect there to be this many, this congested right here. So I think what I am going to do for this time is just to play it safe. I'm going to throw the dirt back in and cook on top of the fire, and then just do a little bit more research if this is a dangerous thing to do or not. I just don't feel comfortable doing it. That sucks. I got a pork tornado, so pork tenderloin wrapped in bacon. And put it in tin foil and put it underneath there and slow cook it, but maybe I just cut it up smaller and do it in tin foil on top of the coals. That's what I'll do. That sucks. Maybe next time. Next time. I don't think I had enough time either to actually cook that food like that, so that's another good reason not to do it. I don't want to feel rushed. So, anyways, now that I have some time, I'm going to build a chair. I brought a little para chair. I'll show you how that works. And then I think I'm going to give Scout some of his food because he's wandering around like crazy. So we'll get that. I got to get a tripod tied up. I already have some poles over here. So this is my para chair. Tiny. Sil nylon piece of material. Comes in a bag. We'll get more to that in 1 second. So what I have here is 3 pieces of wood. 3 logs, about wrist thick, and they're not all the same length. 2 of them are about 6 feet long, one's about 8 feet long. The middle one is the 8 foot, you can see that one. But I have them all arranged so that the bottoms are all together because it's going to be standing on the bottoms, surprisingly enough. So, I'm going to go around, I'm going to tie it, just a normal knot to keep them in place. Actually going to try and save some of this cord because I don't know if I have quite a lot of it on here. Quite enough of it, I mean. So double knot, it's on there now, right? What I want to do now, go wraps and fraps. So, oops. Wrap it tight because that knot's not holding it tight. And then I'm going to go fraps on the inside in between. Sometimes it takes a minute to get it through there. So this is just tightening it all up together. That's a big one. So I'm going to put my back this way. Nope, I'm going to have to move it over here because the smoke's going this way. Something to think about before you set it up. Go figure. Make sure it supports my weight. Which it does. Alright. Two-camera system. Loving it. My fire is Smoke Fest. The Parachair. I'm sure some of you guys have seen me use this before. Had it for years. Again, I believe Kyle made it for me. What a nice friend Kyle is. Alright, so it's basically a big bag with a drawstring at the top. You tie this off to the chair, then you put, there's a sleeve in the bottom running this way, you put a stick in there, and that's your leg support. So all you gotta do is tie this up at the appropriate height, probably right around there. Nice and easy. Now, this drapes down, sit right about there, and then I can still adjust it after as well. Now I got to get a long piece that I can tie to these pieces that's sturdy. Alright, I got this old piece of maple I've used before, perfect size, and it is very sturdy. So now the only question is how high up to make it to make my seat. Probably a bit high. I'm probably going to have to adjust the legs anyway, so I'm going to tie it right there anyway. I'm trying to film. Excuse me. Oh, they don't care. So, for these ones, super easy. Wrap it a couple times and do the old shoestring knot, the old granny, the old overhand on top. And if it's short, you might want to do a double knot so she don't slip out on you. But normally that's pretty good. Let's see. Oh, test. Oh, yeah. Upside down, there we go. Oh, nice and comfortable. The only problem is my feet are about 5 inches off the ground. So, the smoke's going in my eyes. I gotta resituate the whole chair. But, yeah, nice. Comfortable. There is about 1 billion birds in the sky right now, or in the forest. Chirping. Chirping. I guess my feet are going to be off the ground. We on? Are we good? Alright, so of course, because I moved my chair over here, the wind switched directions and is now coming this way, but She's all over the place. She's all over the place, so we're not going to worry about it. I got my foods. So, for me, I've got pork tenderloin cut up in 3, wrapped in bacon, like I said. So that's a pork tornado. Some butter. I got some shallots and stuff. But for Mr. Scout right now, oh, Mr. Scout's getting the hookups. I got a bag of meat. For Mr. Scout. What I have here is some stewing beef chunks, some pretty decent size. I got 6 of those, 7 of those, and then I have some beef short ribs for Scout. What I'm going to do now is give him the beef short ribs. They're raw. There's a little bone in it too, but he'll be able to crunch that bone, eat the marrow, clean up his teeth a little bit too. So this is Mr. Scout's part of his birthday present. He already got, Emerald bought him a brand new squeaky ball, which he really likes. Brand new squeaky ball. All right, hold on, bud. We gotta show the people at home. So this isn't just bone. This is all meat. There's these 2 little tiny bones here. So this is all meat. This is a good hunk of meat. This would do him for a whole supper, but he's gonna have more. Here you go, buddy. Come get it. Good boy. Happy birthday. Good boy. Here you go. Oh, did I mention the thing about the smoke? So, I think that cost me like $7 total. The meat and then the short rib. So that's plenty. He's not going hungry. He's going to have more food than he needs. But, again, he's getting spoiled a little bit. Oh, it's nice. It's very nice. All these leaves are still green up on the trees. I was showing you those leaves earlier on the ground and stuff. Only the sassafras and a couple other trees have turned. It looks like summer in here when I look up at the trees. It's October 16th. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. I'm going to have to get up north again soon. I'm taking the family. I'm taking Will, Emerald, and our 2 nieces, our 2 young nieces, up to the Bruce Peninsula. So I have to get home from this trip tomorrow early in the morning, which I'm just by my house now. Edit this video. Have this video ready to go by Friday, because then Wednesday and Thursday we're going to be up on at the Bruce Peninsula in Cypress Lake Campground. So go check out the grotto. And I remember there being lots of frogs and turtles around this time of year up there a couple of years ago, so it'll be cool to show the girls. Camping with 4 girls. Scout's not coming. There's no room in the Jeep. But that's alright. Camp out tonight, and then I'll do some more stuff with him later on when in the winter and the fall and stuff. It's a time for him. He's got that long coat. He loves it out here in the cool weather. Okay, my fire's dead. Not dead, but it's not going good. I need to go cut a bunch of good firewood. I've been throwing pretty crappy stuff onto it actually. Yeah, the sun is going behind a cloud or something. So I'm gonna go run and try and find a good piece of firewood. While I'm gone, I don't want any chipmunks or raccoons or squirrels or anything to get into my food, so probably actually hanging it from here would be even better. Can you see that? You can. Hang it right there. Not getting in there. I love the woods this time of year, man. Absolutely love them. This one's dead. Let's go. Move. Pretty dense maple too, and that saw is ripping through it. Just ripping through her. to boil up some water, make some sassafras tea, and this little tripod is going to help me do that. Alright, so I'm going to try something new. If it works, it'll be pretty cool. I got this piece of clean wood. I batoned it down from a piece of clean maple and then made some notches in it. What I'm going to do is tie it on here, and I'm going to try to boil my water in my heavy cover canteen, hang it over the fire using this method. I'm going to stick this in the top of the canteen and then turn it like a fish gouge or gorge when you try and fish like that. So you double knot at least on this thing. Double knot at least on this piece. Yep. Okay, that's good. He's gonna need a drink. So I've got Scout's water in here. You can have that whenever you want. I got this maybe just about halfway full water. A heavy cover canteen. My lid's gonna go right next to Scout's water bowl so I don't lose it. I'll get this hung up on there. So again, I stressed I used a clean piece of wood. So in, and then hung on. Okay, so in theory, it should be pretty good to boil over top of the fur. I just kind of wrapped the paracord up here on this other branch so that it wouldn't burn while I was waiting to do this. It's pretty sturdy though. Swinging it all over the place and it's not, nothing's happening. Alrighty. Nice. Alright. Knock one more up in the books, old Joe. Now to clean off those sassafras roots. And if I want to move it, or if I feel like it's not, it's fine where it is, but if I feel like it's not, I can just kind of move the old tripod around. Now she's right in the flames.